guys are nuts.
I can see you, Cisco. Wonder if they can actually see us.
Yeah, they can.
Oh.
Huh? What? What the wreck? Really red. That's my rummy. That's my rubber.
The little guy came. Hi, Pilot. What you doing? What you guys doing? Hi, Pilot. Now I know why I got dirty glass. Aww. I'm coming. I'm coming to get you. Yeah, around the other way. Hi everyone, welcome. It's Devine, and welcome to our little energy reading for this week. We are working with the dragons, so this is a little bit different. If you've had a dragon reading with me before, you know it's very powerful. And if you would like to learn more about the dragons, then please don't forget to take me up on my 2-for-1 offer. 2 lessons for the price of 1 over the phone, so you might enjoy that. But right now, let's get started. Okay, so I need you to choose number 1 or number 2. First thing that comes to your mind is usually correct, or of course you can listen to both things. We're going to be working with the Imperial Dragon deck. We are also working with the Celtic Dragon kit as well, and my little dragon sigils that we can work with. So I want to see what the energy is for everybody for this week, since we've been going through a lot of changes on many different levels, and I'm always amazed at what energy begins to come through once I start talking. If you know me by now, you know that's the case. So thanks for subscribing and sharing. I'm going to start with number 1. Okay, number 1, I want to turn this card over and we'll have a look. The Solitaire Dragon. Okay, let's have a look here. This is your energy for the week. Maybe some things you've been thinking about, maybe some things that you've been wanting to do, or an energy that you might want to think about. And that is pulling yourself away into solitude a little bit, withdrawing, maybe not needing so much extra activities, or maybe pulling yourself away from social media perhaps, not getting yourself caught up in people's drama and energy that you can sometimes find on social media. It's a time of regrouping and understanding your strengths, understanding who you are, understanding yourself on a deeper level. If you have been thinking about healing, if you've been thinking about a new modality, if you've been thinking about opening up your own, business in some way or another, or if you've been thinking about changing school or location, then you need this little bit of time to pull back and not rush into this energy. The Solitaire Dragon is like your montar, your teaching dragon. Your teaching dragon will be with you in this solitude. And it's time to really start to think about the habits and, the problems that recur and the issues that you've been having on one level or another with family or friends, or the same pattern repeating in relationships, or whatever it is for you. Because even if you think you know what the problem is, when you examine something closer, you will find that perhaps this is not exactly what you thought it might be. So the answers that you seek come from withdrawing your energy and giving yourself a chance to understand the messages that are coming forward. Okay, what else do we have? We have these Celtic Dragon cards as well. And so your energy is very intuitive, of course. Your energy is very soft and very kind and very giving. And this week, your intuition will really come into play, or maybe you start noticing it more. For example, you might wake up in the morning and go and need to check your emails, or you might wake up in the morning and you have a song in your mind. You might be doing something in the evening and you get a feeling and suddenly someone's calling or reaching out or messaging. So these are all intuitive impulses. You've asked for upgrades and now they are occurring. They're going to occur more in the quiet time, in the quiet space. This may also be an indication of mothering energy for number one. Your own mother, or you as a mother, or someone who you think of as a mother, connecting with you now. And also this nurturing energy and making sure that you are nurturing yourself, giving time for yourself. Considering that you give time to everybody else, now it's time for you. If you don't give time to yourself and pamper yourself, you start to become resentful of your energy that you give in service to others. Like it may not feel like it's being replenished. Most of the time we just need to give it back to ourselves, that which we feel others deserve. Especially true for you this week. You also have the energy of the Fool. And don't worry, we're all the Fool. We all are the Fool. The Fool goes through on his journey through the tarot. So you're at the beginning of something. You're at a crossroads perhaps. Perhaps you're beginning something that is other people don't really think is a good idea. Whenever you think of an idea to do something and somebody else doesn't like it, they're actually threatened by you. So they know you're going to do something amazing. So they're trying to stop you before you can, because they can't do it themselves, you know. And they may feel a little bit, there may be a little bit of jealousy energy around you as well, number one. I know when I was starting my journey, people were laughing and saying, as if you're going to go on YouTube, like, oh my God, how embarrassing, kind of thing. Because it was embarrassing for them, but it wasn't for me. I was excited, you know. And just because somebody else wouldn't do what you're doing doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. Whatever the focus is for you, number one, it's a big, there's a word coming in my mind. It's like it should be your primary focus. Your primary focus should be on doing the opposite of what everyone else would like you to do. And it's going to take that little bit of withdrawal, like we said, and a little bit of time. But if you walk on this path, it will be very abundant for you in many, many different ways. Don't listen to negative energy right now. You just don't need it. Nobody needs it anytime, but you just don't need it. And finally, the energy for you is the Four of Swords. So this also talks about taking a rest. As you can see, the solar dragon here resting, coming to a place that if you don't, you know, take that time to rest, that there could be an exhaustion energy here. Sometimes when you're emotionally exhausted, it can feel very hard to put the pieces of your life together, like it feels like a lot of effort. Don't ignore the symptoms that you're having, the trigger points that you have from past trauma. Don't let yourself be defined by that past trauma either. You know, there is a way out of everything. That was my mission in the beginning. It's like, you know what, I'm going to find an answer for everything. I am going to find a way out of everything. I'm going to try it. I'm going to work the method, and I'm going to share it. So that's why I do what I do. It's not to be Miss Fortune Teller or not to be a psychic or anything like that. It was to help people to help themselves and finding an answer, because we all just want an answer to any issue that we may be going through. Your answers are found, number one, in quiet reflection. Pull yourself back. Don't feel the need to announce your plans to anybody. Don't feel the need to say, look, people, I'm going to take a break for a while. You don't even have to explain yourself. You know, you don't have to tell people when you're in pain either. You know, well, I'm in pain. You know, I've had a bad night. You don't want to spread that any further. You know, if you're in pain, it's always some kind of deep emotion or an attachment that you need to let go of somewhere. Sometimes it's hard to find it, okay? But you need this little bit of time. It's a resting period for number one. Your little sigil is the guardians, the air dragons. Okay, this is a symbol that you can use just like this. All right, it might mean north as well, or the letter N is symbolic. See, peace, calm, hermit, stillness, awareness. The only way you're going to find what you're looking for is through yourself and on reflection, okay? And if you do need to find this awareness, then this is a calling to that, and also to the air dragons, the guardians, helping you to find that stillness and awareness and strength as well at the same time. All right, number one, fantastic. Okay, and now moving on to number two, working with the Imperial dragons and also my Celtic dragons as well. Okay, number two. Are you ready? You have the energy this week of the Magus or the Magus working with you, kind of like the magician in traditional tarot, okay? There is an energy of magical new beginnings here. You are working here. This particular magician dragon is your co-magician dragon, and this dragon is normally called, like your co-magician or your guardian dragon, or your teaching dragon, is called your Montar, same as we had for number one. Your Montar will teach you through opposite circumstances what you need to know. So if there is something that is overkill in your life, you're going to see a whole lot of other signs to bring in balance. So signs of the opposite. So where there's craziness, there'll be peace. Where there's peace, there'll be a little bit more action, you know. Where there's happiness, you'll see a lot of people that might be sad around you as well. So the Magus brings in a balance of teaching, you know, teaching you that we are always in need of being in balance in our body, that we need to pay attention to what your body is telling you If you're feeling too much anger, then there's too much fire, there's too much rage. If you're always crying and always upset and always emotionally affected, there's too much water. So there needs to be a balance. The magician will show you where there needs to be balance, show you the opposite energy of things, bring you back into balance, but also bring you into, once you've done that, once you've created a balance, is bring a new pathway forward in your life, okay? And something new or brand new is about to begin, so you kind of need to get this balancing act correct. Okay. We also have the Celtic Dragon cards. So here we go. The sun, fantastic. The sun, the solar dragons, okay, increasing the fire, just like what we were talking about. So maybe there is a need for passion, to be burning for you, for this new project that you want to work on, or new healing, or new way of doing things. I'm always looking for, new ways to bring forward information and share information and healing techniques. And, I constantly, because I'm like you guys, I constantly want new things. I want, this is exciting, let's do this, something new. And here with the sun energy, there's great happiness awaiting you. Number 2, there's great change in the air. There's great happiness, great joy, something fulfilling for you, something you've wanted for a long time. Some of you are traveling. Some of you are, moving into a new vibration. Some of you are lifting up your energy and, focusing on a brand new project, new job, just something brand new for you. Maybe a new way of doing things with your spirituality as well. Maybe a new ritual that you're doing, giving yourself sacred space, maybe meditating a little more. What things you may be in need of doing. And this is just encouraging that as well. Someone could be traveling overseas, or someone from overseas is coming to stay with you. There could also be something about someone with an accent that has a positive effect on your future. Okay, what else have we got? Number 2. See this balance? One thing's going way and the other thing's like, ugh, the tower. So, outdated beliefs are being destroyed. I like to see the tower. Some people get freaked out with it. I know, because it can mean at times that there's a lot of chaos. I just feel, even though this is a major card, and you have the card of the sun as well, that anything that's not on solid foundation is now going to fall apart. It has no choice. If there's something karmic involved, it has no choice but to dissolve. We've come past into this, new energy now, I think right now Aquarius is in the sun. So we're in this new energy, and anything that does not support where you want to be in your life is not going to have the air to survive. People who have done you wrong, who have done horrendous things to you, and you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for someone to notice it, or someone to do something, or help to come from somewhere. Can't anyone see what kind of a person this is? These are the things that you might have said. Can't anyone see what they've done? Well, if that's the case for you, and I've said it and I've been saying it for a while now, they are going to get recognized for who they are in one way or another. So you don't even have to worry about it. I never encourage anybody to do anything other than be forgiving and loving. And it's very hard in situations where there's been all of this stuff, where there's been an injustice on a massive scale. We cannot give that any energy because it feeds off of our energy, good or bad. So if this is an energy with a situation or a person, don't worry, because karma is catching up. You don't have to do anything. You just have to let go and allow the universe to take control of any situation that has been unbalanced in your life. Trust it. And finally, it brings you into this beautiful energy of the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is a wish come true for you. Something you actually really want. Something you might have wanted ever since you were a little kid. And finally, here it is. And you've been the person that's created it. You haven't had any help from anybody. You've done this yourself. You've asked the universe has delivered. Be ready for great happiness, number 2. Be ready for great happiness. I mean, number 1, you can be ready for great happiness too. Okay. The tides are turning. So I'm just going with whatever messages I'm getting. You know, the tides are turning. Those who are good, people who are really good, people whose heart have always been in the right place, who may have struggled financially, who may have struggled with family issues, who may have been abused and traumatized, who may have been one thing after the other getting bad luck, one thing after the other having bad news, having loss, having grief, having physical pain. You guys are all in for a treat. Because now that you've allowed the universe to assist you and take over, in fact, just take over all the details. Don't try to get the universe to help you to sort it out. You give all the things to the universe to sort out. Now that you've done that, be prepared, because there's big, huge changes coming that are just going to bring just this relief, you know, washing over you, that you may even cry with joy at the beauty of it, at the ingenuous, you know, I'm thinking of these words coming into my mouth and not coming out of my mouth, like the ingenuity of it, the genius of it, there you go. just how it's all come about. It's just going to make you laugh. You know, when you look back at the past and you're like, how, and then you let it go, and then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, that's how. Oh wow, you know, fantastic. Okay. So be prepared. It's all good. And your symbol is the air dragons, kind of just like number 1, the air dragons we had. This is your symbol. Follow it like this. The letter is F. This could have something to do with your name, or, you know, people's name that you might have been thinking of. Caught between choices, questions. Maybe you're overthinking. But this symbol brings new opportunities. Whenever you want new opportunities to come forward, draw this symbol on your hand, on your phone, put it in your phone or whatever, or in your purse. It brings the new opportunities, if that's something that you're looking to achieve. Wow. So everybody, I hope you enjoy the energy cards, and we will be doing our February readings very soon. Thank you for subscribing and being here. And I also have a special past life recording of someone's session that they had with me recently, with beautiful, amazing energy and messages in it that she just thought everyone might want to hear. Okay? And you can hear what it's all about as well. So until the next time, Wishing you every happiness and success. Goodbye for now. Bye.